Hey guys, I'm Erin Darling Torralva, and I am host and CEO of Hot Pizza Ass Podcast slash Industries. I'm here to tell you a little bit about my journey, how I got to where I am today, and some of the struggles that I've had with body image that are very, very common, and I know a lot of people experience on a daily basis. So I found my community and I created that community because this is such a common thing that so many people have experienced. Let's start with my story. So I grew up in Northern California, but I always wanted to be an entertainer. And if you grew up at all, maybe any time since the past 3 years, you know that the world was a very different place in terms of body positivity and acceptance. So that was my childhood and my teen years where I knew I wanted to do entertainment, but I was constantly being told that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't skinny enough. I was explicitly told to be as small as possible. And this always kind of confused me because I'm not a size 2, but I never thought of my body as something that needed to be fixed until, of course, the day someone tells you, you need to fix this. And I kind of lived my life that way. I drank the Kool-Aid. I believed what people had said because they were always people that could somehow affect my career, right? So whether it was an agent or a coach of some sort or someone who had also been through the industry that was giving me advice, it was never like a random person on the street. It was always people who I respected and who were in the industry, which can be a very confusing thing if you are the type of person that enjoys taking notes, that enjoys, getting feedback from people, and you believe that everyone has your best interest at heart. I'm here to tell you that not everyone has your best interest at heart. Lesson one. But second of all, you are your best coach. And it's so important to hone your own voice and to tap into your own voice and your intuition, because I wasted a lot of time believing that I wasn't enough, that I wasn't what they wanted, that I wasn't going to be successful because people had told me that I wouldn't unless I was a size 2. So my journey led me to a place of constant disappointment and feeling let down and not believing in myself until the day I decided, you know what? I am done with this. I don't want to be on diets forever. I don't want to be Googling what the latest cleanse is. And additionally, my worth is not tied into my weight. And what I do is so much more than that. So I started this podcast. The day that I started the podcast, or decided I was going to start the podcast, was a day that I posted a picture, my bravest picture, on Instagram, and it was me laying down with a slice of pizza on my butt. Yes, this is kind of funny, but for me, when I posted that picture, I actually had it in my phone for, I want to say, 2 or 3 months before I got the guts up to post it. I felt like people were going to make fun of me. I felt that people were going to judge me for it. And when I did post it, I posted it with this caption that said, "This is my body. It's different every day. It changes. And I'm choosing to love it and accept it. I'm a hot pizza ass." And I braced myself for backlash. It became my most popular post on Instagram. It also became my most hated. I lost a bunch of followers that day, but what I found was strength, and what I found was a community. I found people who felt the same way that I did. I felt a lot of women who felt the same way that I did. I realized that there's a lot of people out there who have been told that they're not enough or that they need to change to be what they want to be in this world. None of that is true. And the second that you realize that and you step into your own power, that's the second that you really start living. That's the second that you provide value to the world, because you know you're badass or a hot pizza ass. And then my podcast became the #3 self-love podcast on the internet. I mean, it took a while, but yeah, it paid off. It worked. I knew that there was something there when I posted that picture because it was triggering. And I think there's something about really loving yourself and talking about it and admitting it that sometimes freaks people out. But I had spent so many years of my life not doing that, not standing up for myself, not telling the world that I love myself, that I couldn't spend another day not doing it. When I finally took that risk, took the chance, and then I started this podcast, it was one of the biggest gifts that I could have ever given myself. And I want to tell everyone out here that's listening that maybe has dealt with similar issues. First of all, it is really important to seek help if you need it. There are resources, there are support groups, there are therapists if you need it. But also, you are your biggest cheerleader. And if you're not, I'll be your biggest cheerleader. You are worth everything. You have value. You are beautiful. You're a hot pizza ass. And my challenge to you, to everyone watching this video, is to really acknowledge that. Like right now, take a deep breath, feel it, acknowledge it, be it, write it on a piece of paper. Think about it every day because there's only you in this world. And I don't want you to waste another second doing what I did. I don't want you to waste another second not realizing that you are a hot pizza ass. And you're going to live the life that you want, the way that you want. Eat the things you want and don't feel bad about it. That's my message for you guys today. That's a little bit about my story. If you want to follow more of my journey, check out Hot Pizza Ass Podcast on iTunes and Spotify and all the places. And I wish you guys a lifetime of loving yourself because you're worth it.